Craig Butler attack in post-match interview by media personnel. But why? So welcome back, people, to MG Sports TV. Thank you very much again for tuning in. Really appreciate it. In the meantime, just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're going to speak about the post-match interview in which, quote-unquote, Craig Butler assumed or stated that he was attacked, or basically felt that he was attacked by the journalist via a question that was asked by the journalist. So just do the YouTube stuff, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're going to go straight into it. I'm going to play the video, and we're going to listen to the question that was asked by the journalist, and also listen to the reply from Craig Butler. And ask yourself the question, was the journalist wrong in asking that question? Could he have structured the question in a different manner? Was the reply from Craig Butler the right reply, or could he have ignored the question from the journalist? That is what we're going to get into. As I said, hit the like button. Let's do the YouTube stuff, but I don't know. Put in the earphone. All right, let's get straight into it. Video clip. Let's go.
And I think that we will be much better next year, and we will eventually win this league. I give him my word on that.
Speaking of next year, coach,
This is the question is coming.
we know how unlikely it is that you will stay in the league. Have you put in preparation for tier 2?
All right, so the question is, we know how unlikely it is that you will remain in the league. Have you put in preparation for tier 2? No, it's a tough question, very tough question, especially at the moment. Just lost, emotions are high. So some people might say a little bit of emotional intelligence could have applied there, but some people will say you have to ask the tough questions sometimes to get the raw reaction or the definite feeling of what the coach is feeling or what people are feeling at that moment. And I think the reaction that we get is more so of the raw emotion that he's feeling. Let's listen.
So
That's a long, very long pause. So at this moment, he possibly processing the question, processing his answer. But the mere fact that it took so long to come up with an answer must have meant that that specific question was like a dagger to his heart. Really felt that question. And you have to ask yourself a question. You have to ask yourself, as a journalist, we understand emotional intelligence is very important when we're how all of these things is important. But sometimes the tough questions can be asked. Even if many might seem or deem it irrelevant, tough questions can be asked. Because it might, in his reply, you will hear further speaking about he still have more games to play. And if that's the case, you can just avoid that question and said, we're not out yet. We're still in it. And until mathematically it's impossible, then no, we'll take it from there. But at this present moment, we're not out yet. So let's listen to the reply.
how unlikely it is, it's not that unlikely. If we win our games, are good.
Good. That is the very best reply he could have given.
If we win our games, are good. When you're doing interviews,
No, this is the difference now. As a coach, sometimes it's difficult to avoid certain of the tough questions, but he gave a very good answer, 100%. That's a really good answer. But the problem is, knowing Craig Butler, he just can't let certain things slide, especially if he feels that you're taking a dig at him. But sometimes, you know, you can say, you know what, fine, he's taking a dig at me. And just give the person a blunt answer. If we win the games, we're good. Next question. But knowing Craig Butler, just can't rest there. You take a dig as well. Listen to the rest of the answer.
Bro, you need to learn tact in your interviews. You understand? You need to understand that this is at a period of time where people are upset.
That's the part where we're referring to the emotional intelligence. But as a journalist, most journalists, that's what we want. The raw reaction. Not the regurgitated thing that you'll say every week, but the raw reaction. What you're really feeling. What is really happening. What's going through your mind at that present moment. And at this moment, it's basically giving you raw reaction. Listen.
And trying to contain it, to give you an interview, to facilitate you. We don't have to do
it. See? That's more no of said, we don't have to do it. We don't have to do it. You don't have to interview with. So I facilitate you. So really and truly, kind of relevant, basically.
Out of respect, we facilitate you so you don't come and attack me.
See, that's the part now where he makes reference to it as it being an attack. Really and truly, it's a strong question, but not necessarily an attack. Very strong question, because he has 5 games left. In those 5 games, he can definitely escape the relegation fight in those 5 games. But as he stands right now, being at the bottom of the table, he's looking dead eye into relegation or into the tier 2. So you could say the journalist shouldn't ask the question because he can escape relegation. But the point is, at this present moment, is the club likely to go down? So in the back of his head, despite he know he has the games to play, in the back of his head, he must be thinking, what will I do if that eventually happen? Now, many persons might say, lion heart, over until it's over. But you have to have plan B in the back of your head, contingency plan. What will I do if? What will happen if? And how can I move forward? But at this present moment, we still have these games who can salvage something. But in the event that don't happen, what next? Let's continue.
That's not an attack.
Yeah, it is.
Come on.
Am I prepared? How is my preparation for tier 2?
I say, have you prepared for tier 2?
For what?
What do you mean for what?
You don't prepare for tier 2 until you're there at tier 2.
That's a fair point. You don't prepare for something unless you're there. But you can also prepare for something if it's actually coming. So for example, 3 games left, you're already out. Automatically. You're still in the league, but automatically, you're done. You're done, you're gone down. You have to start preparation. Despite you have 2 games or 3 games left, but mathematically you're gone. You have to now start preparation. How you're going to sort out the budget, how you sort out the financing, what restructuring you have to do in the hierarchy structure to see if we can get the best result going into the tier 2, what is needed for the tier 2, how we're going to progress, how we're going to advance. Those things have to start clockwork right away. If it's a case in which mathematically it's done, just say it. Let's continue.
You prepare for win the rest of your games. That's what you do. You prepare to fight. That's what you do. You don't throw in the towel and give up.
That's true.
That's not in my DNA.
So that if you said it, man.
No. You shouldn't ask that question.
So technically, that's the aspect of him being attacked, quote unquote, by the journalist. And many might say it's not a good question to ask at that moment, but also some might say tough questions can be asked to see what you're really thinking. We're not going to ask the same questions week in, week out. You regurgitate the same answer over and over again. No. But that's how it is. Everyone approach journalism quite different. Everyone approach reporting very, very different. Not everyone will do it the same. And that is good. That is totally fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Everyone has their own method of doing things, and nothing at all wrong with that. Some might say, boy, that's not that's not the right way. But in truth, just like football, there's no wrong or right way, no wrong or right way to win a match. There's no wrong or right way to win a match. It's all about getting the result at the end of the day. And sometimes in journalism or reporting, and many might not, this side of Craig Butler, many might not even see it. Many might not even see the part, even the aspect of him saying, him being humbled. Many might not have seen if the tough questions weren't asked. That's how you get the true reaction sometimes when you ask the tough questions that no one is willing to ask. That are not even no one, but a lot aren't willing to ask because of them feel like say, boy, it's not the right time. Also, I go sometimes. Sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. For me, everyone has their own way of doing it. So Craig Butler might deem it as an attack, but the journalist just actually asks tough question, and the duration of how long it takes him to really start answering, that's how you know when a question is really tough. Because it hit you to the heart, and in your brain of his heart, click, really, really click to process what the question is really about. Then you realize, oh crap, I forgot to answer the question now. And at that time, they probably want good 5 to 6, 7, 8, or 9 seconds pass. You not even realize you zone out. And then you start answer. That's what happened. Anyways, pick up on yourself, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you guys again. Have a next video for job. Look out for that. MG Sports TV. We're out. God bless. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Was it the right question? Is anything wrong with the question? Was it a deliberate attack? Is it an attack by the media house on Craig Butler? So let us know what you think in the comment section. Big up on yourself, people. Smash the like button. MG Sports TV. We're here. We're out. God bless. Boom. Now I mean, outside.